Hi guys, I'm Megan Lane, the intuitive actress, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about persistence today and overcoming fear. To initiate something new that you've been wanting to do but have been scared to do because it would be fear of success or pushing yourself forward. I've noticed with me, I've had a couple things I was just really scared to do based on some PTSD, especially around education and the way I was treated by teachers throughout in creative fields. I've had some very abusive, almost like laughably abusive teachers in the past, and I've had wonderful teachers too. And I've noticed with persistence, like keep going when things are uncomfortable, you push through them, and then you get the rewards. But if you quit before you get to the point where you have a new normal and you've become comfortable with the uncomfortable, you don't grow. You get stuck. That's when your wheels start turning, and that's when usually anxiety starts to really, really kick in. I had a series of dreams where before I did a huge life change, and I'm in the middle of this intense, huge life transition where I was down and out, depressed, heartbroken, exhausted, health issues, everything you can imagine. I just been through. And I picked myself up, and I had this dream, which was incredible, in which I ended up, like, there's a lot of other dream elements that happened, but I'll tell you the fun part. I ended up in a wedding dress in the dream, but it wasn't my wedding. I was just wearing it for a photo shoot or something. And then people had brought in these gold mirrors that these people were holding up, and I was in a veil in a wedding dress. And in the dream, I had to go look in the mirror and do vows and for myself, like basically marrying myself. Very weird, but it was a total symbol of commitment. And it was like I remember part of the vows. It was really struck me as really intense and really vulnerable. And I remember just feeling like bawling in the dream. And I said to myself, I will never abandon you ever again. And I just like it still like hits me really hard in the heart, because when things have gotten really intense or painful, I have a tendency to, even if somebody else is at fault, I have a tendency to, being an intuitive, being a healer, which many of you are if you're watching this, I have a tendency to take it inward and punish myself or self-sabotage in some way, or just take it to a dark place and get really sad and take it upon myself as if something is always wrong with me. And sometimes it isn't. Sometimes other people make bad decisions, and you have to take responsibility for your part. But honestly, because I kept doing that, those vows really stuck with me. And I've managed to not abandon myself. And I've managed to get away from self-sabotage. And I think the way that that is done, in my opinion, one of the many ways it's done, is to do things that you really, really authentically love. And you do them that scare you just a little bit. Maybe you don't shove yourself all the way into the scariest thing. You don't try to jump to the end of the story. You take the next indicated step, the next thing that you think will push you forward. For example, I just finished my last Improv 101 class today at UCB because I love comedy. I feel like that's one of my strengths. It's something I really love and enjoy. And I knew that was going to boost my confidence to do other things. And suddenly at the end of this, first of all, I'm going on to the next level. And second of all, it's inspired me to do more monologue stuff, more acting stuff. It's inspired me to get back into more classes and scripted things because we bonded. It was such a special, neat community, things you can't foresee. I talked about this before, where you don't know exactly how it's going to go, but you just have to do it. And it's taken a really long time to get results because of adrenal fatigue and other. My camera loves to freeze. I'm sorry. It's taken me a really long time to get physical results working on health and working on fitness because I have adrenal fatigue and thyroid stuff and all this other stuff going on. But I haven't abandoned myself, and I'm finally starting to see results, and it's taken a long time. I think I started around December, January of this year, where I just felt so awful. I knew something had to change, but I didn't know what to do. And I went to multiple doctors till I finally got the right diagnosis and somebody who could really help. And I've been going to Pilates reformer sessions, just kicking my butt for a really long time, not seeing any results. And then finally, whoosh, it's like things come energetically, things tend to plateau and then go in a landslide, or down if you wanted to go down, whatever it is. Things tend to go in a landslide. They don't tend to, sometimes they kind of adjust a little bit at a time, but a lot of times it's a plateau, and then a huge result, which can be career opportunities or recognition or love pouring into your life or meeting all these new people. And a lot of it comes all at once. Like, I've had a lot of these blessings all at once, but man, did I work hard. I can cry from how hard I've worked. And sometimes you have to pat yourself on the back and say, good job. And I think it's so important not to abandon yourself during a transition, during a time that's difficult, to stand by yourself and make a promise to yourself right now. In fact, I would say do it right now while you're watching this video. Repeat after me. I promise I will never abandon myself ever again. I promise to do what's best for me and to reach for my highest good. How does that feel? To know that you'll never abandon yourself ever again. To know that you'll never put up with bullshit, pardon my French, ever again. And to know that you will move your life forward, however long it takes or however hard it gets. I think it's really important to make a commitment to yourself and to allow yourself to do the changes and allow that to take some time and allow yourself to try to have some faith and patience in it. There are going to be natural ups and downs where you don't know if you can go on, or you don't know if you've taken a wrong turn or made a mistake. Those things happen. Unless it's like a real no for you, a psychic, like this just isn't my thing. Keep going. There are rewards, but it takes a lot more time and patience sometimes than we're used to in our society. So that's it for the day. Sending much love to my improv class. I love you guys. You guys are the coolest. And I am so honored to have gotten to work with you. I'm going to cry. Like, I can't. So thank you guys, and I will talk to you next time.